Alright, so our normal starting spot would be here at Muir Processing Plant, which is right here on the map. You can see the crater, and there's your map. There's our Muir, just in case you're not 100% sure where it is. Now, where we are going to be trying to go is Big Stone Reach. So, we'll make a little mark, and we will go there. Nice short little distance from Muir Processing Plant. Now, I'm going to warn you about this farming spot. This is a pretty darn good place to get yourself keys in ArcForge, because you can max out your score and lose your vehicle. Is that one back? Okay. It's up there. You can max out your score. And maxing out your score, of course, means you're going to get the max amount of ArcForge and keys that you can get, which is 200,000. At 200,000... keys stop going up. So there's really no need to go above 200,000. So what we have to do is we have to go in here and we have to run this. This is another reason why I like to use a cast-it and Springer and not just my explosives, just in case. So there's close-up stuff here. Now this place is heavily farmed, I guess you would say, to an extent. It's not as bad as it used to be, but this place, whenever it's hard, it's not as easy. It's hard to explain it because it's not as easy to be here alone as it is other places. And that's why, let's see if matchmaking works. That's kind of going to be the thing. Does matchmaking work? We'll go to co-op map. Let's say the mother load on advanced. Oh, good. See, matchmaking has not worked for me in quite some time, so I had to kind of wait for that before I could do anything because of matchmaking. But when it's hard to lock this place up like it is. Like Sutro, you can lock it up and you're pretty free to do what you need to do. This place is a lot harder to lock up than that is. And one of the things you really need to remember, and it's the warning that I was talking about, you can make pretty good keys and pretty good ArcForge. So do I farm this spot? Have I farmed this spot is the question. Yes, I have. Do I farm it now? No. When I realized the pace that I was getting keys and ArcForge, I realized this is something that if they chose to, you know, if you overused it, it seems like something you could get banned for doing. So it's not something I would recommend to actual farm like you would Sutro. I honestly just don't think they mind Sutro. So, you know, that's not that big of a deal. But this they may mind, because this is more than script. This is keys and forge, and that's two things they don't really normally want you to farm. Okay, now here comes the key point to this one. The guy that comes over here, we want him to die. We want him to go down, and he has to stay down. So now once you get to the point of where you're actually farming this place, that's when it seems like maybe people get locked out. But up until that point, no. Now, that smelter's causing issues. See, we want the hellbugs to come over here and start hitting us, which is really going to be hitting this guy. There's the big ones. It's the little ones that normally do everything, so we want them to do most of the work. The big guys just sit back and he's getting down to about, what, a third health there, so they should get him before he can get too far. Because if that bar went all the way up, it would be done for. And once he goes down, then we can hop out of here. And we'll have to wait for a few reinforcements to come through, and there he goes. And then we can start farming. You just kind of learn to look for whenever this stuff is going to happen. Oh, that guy was hiding underground, wasn't he? But you kind of learn when you can actually begin to farm. Look at you guys just popping out of the ground. They were after me. And there's certain things you can do to make it a little bit easier on yourself, because those two that I just destroyed will continue to come back non-stop. And they will bother you the whole time you're farming, unless you can kind of filter around them a little bit. So see, what we're looking for is we're looking for the big guys to come out of here. And we're not looking for archers, so once we see them come over here, we'll know. But like I said, we have reinforcements to go still. That guy laying on his side? What is... He was messed up, wasn't he? Taking a nap? And you can... I don't know if you have to kill the bugs. I just do. I figure it is just points in the end. And you're seeing now why I didn't explain my class in this video, because it takes a minute to do this. You're pretty much going to the end to an extent of this entire area. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing except for, you know, picking that guy up. And here comes another batch of skitterlings. Now, when you're doing this with another person, y'all are really going to have to run spikes. See, here's what we're looking for. Those guys right there. And I'll try to run around because I don't want those two after me. Because that can make issues. Because this is what we're going to be doing. Is we're going to be killing these warriors over and over. And both of them are after me. So, you know, it may or may not work out well for me. And we are running really fast here. Yeah, you see how both of those guys are after me? So you have two options here. You can just fight them. Kill them, let them respawn, and come back over here and try to ignore them again. Which is what I'm going to do. Because I don't like dealing with the archers nonstop. Because otherwise you're watching the warrior spawn and you're watching the archer spawn. And that is... I just walked right into it. That is not what I normally prefer to do. And here comes the warriors. The warriors spawn a lot more frequently than the archers do. And here comes our archers. This is the... Well, this is, you know, a little bit difficult because you're trying to time getting around them, but not letting these guys get over here. And there we go. We are primed. Now we just sit here and kill these guys at their spawn point. Just like that. Skitterlings really can't do enough damage to do anything more than just annoy me. But the thing is the archers, they'll spawn over there, and they'll just come over here and get in your way. So I try to leave them out of the situation if I can. One of them still saw me. You can kill one, but if you kill both, that's whenever they respawn. So, and you see I'm getting plenty of drops here. I can throw a bio-nade out, and I will get more points. Skitterling is annoying. You get more points from them running into the bio first. And you just sit here and you farm till you have 200,000 score. And as you see from my setup, my overcharge is sticking around. So I'm doing that extra overcharge damage as well from the perk that we're using. So it makes it where I'm doing enough damage where this is nice and easy to do. So I'm saying I don't really think at threat level 6 even that I would have to use Plate Slicer. It just makes sure that it's definite overkill. So and you see how easy it is. When you have a weapon that just detonates, with how fast that will be coming up, sometimes it's too hard to shoot, detonate. And farming isn't necessarily supposed to be overly complicated, so... This makes it where it's nice and easy to just sit here and farm away. But there's a little trick to getting your score too. You don't really want to finish it. Now the nice thing is that if you are farming with somebody, you can leave, go sell off your inventory, do whatever you need to do if your inventory gets full. Buy a box if your keys are full. And then come back and it's set up. Now it seems to be about a 10 to 20% chance that it will still be here when you come back if you're alone. And you'll just have to do it all over again. Which is still a faster way to get keys than, I guess, normal gameplay. Because you can see I'm up to 60,000 score, not throwing any nades, not thinking about it, of course. And it's just it's a patience game with doing this. It's also really tedious and boring, which also helped me to not really do this anymore. But one of the things I was always afraid of is somebody's going to abuse it and get banned, and I am not looking to be the person responsible. Now, here's the thing. You see I picked up all that loot. Now the enemies will spawn right on me. It causes a lot of lag when you pick up that much loot all at once. And they drop purple. So pick that up. And this is one of the reasons why you do the more damage thing. So when you hit one of them, it's doing 30% damage more to the one next to it. So even though you don't hit it, it's so much more extra power that it's making sure that you kill them off. And I think we're gonna go ahead and speed forward here until we get to the end, because you don't have to sit here and watch this whole farming process. And there we go. That's going to be 200,000 score right there. Now I try to keep them off of me because I want to go back and collect up everything. So I'll try to take them out and then run off, to where hopefully they aren't going to follow me. That way I can go pick up my loot unmolested, because they will just plow straight into you. Now this is nowhere near script-wise as lucrative as Sutro Towers. The quality of loot is nowhere near as good, and I have mine set to break down anything that's white, because it would just be a waste, and you don't want to fill your inventory up with white stuff to sell. You want to sell the stuff that's a little bit more expensive. So, and as you can see, it's still quite a bit of loot. So I don't bother throwing grenades or worry about it. You're going to get your grenades back. That is for sure. But items will, in the time it takes you to do that, items will disappear on you. But it's actually one of the fewest drops I've seen weapon-wise. So, and just like that, we have everything picked up. We have our 200,000 score. Now, I'm going to go ahead to matchmaking, and I'm going to leave the one I was in to keep people from joining me. And now we're going to go back to matchmaking, back to cooperative maps, and we're going to go down just to this one, into the depths, because this one will load us straight in, standard. And there we go. We go into the match. And as soon as it loads us into the match, matchmaking, leave map. And we are out of that one, and I am thrown into clan chat. And we'll see if it even threw us back into the same area or not, and you'll see maybe what I'm talking about. Like I said, it doesn't seem like there's the greatest of chances. See, when you see those little dots up top and they're all empty, that means it needs to be completely redone. So I would have to completely start over, which normally isn't that big of a deal to me to start all the way over. But, you know, it's just the way it is. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. And my keys have gone up from 54 to 77. That's interesting. Is that right? 54 to 77. So something is... oh, that's right. They pay us more in keys. So I guess now 200,000 will net you 23 keys, because I got key payout because I no longer get woot loot. So I guess there's a bigger pay increase, I guess, for the key payout. I haven't done this since they fixed the woot loot situation. So I guess it's 23 keys and not 19. And it would be forever before you could see the Arc Forge. And I couldn't even begin to tell you how much Arc Forge it gave me. I mean, it's not going to be a lot. We're probably talking 10 to 15 maybe. Not a ton, but it still adds up pretty darn quick. And because it would show up on the side is where I would see it. And the side is pretty darn busy showing everything I've been picking up. Normally I'll just shoot over to Muir whenever my inventory gets full. And it's just where I'll sell it all off, and I'll drive right back over there again. Unless it's still set up. If it's still set up, I'll just leave the junk laying on the ground and do it again. Because it's so quick to just go find the warriors, kill all the warriors, and go back over there and restart. And you can just sell it all off. I don't know if it gave me anything good or not. And it didn't, so we'll just sell everything all at once. And it's that easy. That is the farming right there from Muir, remember. You just have to look over this direction. And it's right there. Big Stone Reach is where we want to go to. Just sit there and kill those two majors over and over again, and you can make pretty good keys, pretty good Arc Forge, reasonable script, and a ton of Arc salvage that you just do not even care for anymore. And that's it. I'll catch you guys later.